I was raped by my mom's best friend. Video by DJ Ghost. You guys, let's see what's going on here, bro.
This happened to me twice, all right? 2 different times with 2 different women.
You'd be so surprised at how much goes on with men. You'd be so surprised. Guys be getting raped too. I'll tell you guys a story time in the middle of the video.
My mom, she was always the type, like, she was a hustler. She was in the streets up in LA. I grew up in LA, South Central LA, all right? So, she used to shoot dice. She used to sell dope. My mom's did what she had to do to make sure we were straight. She wasn't the smartest person. She didn't really have too much of an education, but, I'm the oldest out of 10 kids, you know what I'm saying? And, she tried. All our daddies left. Every single last one of them. 10 kids, 10 different daddies. Real shit, you know what I'm saying? Not to put no dirt on my mama, but that's just how she was. We never was starving. But my mom, like I said, she would go out and try to make a way. So
did he just say 10 kids, 10 different baby daddies? What?
I'm the oldest out of 10 kids, you know what I'm saying? And, she tried. All our daddies left. Every single last one of them. 10 kids, 10 different daddies.
10 kids and 10 different baby fathers is insane. That is insane. That is insane. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. But that is insane.
You know what I'm saying? Not to put no dirt on my mama, but that's just how she was. We never was starving. But my mom, like
I think we as guys were so easy. A lot of guys are so easy. Like, for the fact that, like, that she has 5 kids, maybe she has 5 kids with 5 other men. You're still going to walk your way to be number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. Like, it's so insane. It's so insane.
Yeah, she would go out and try to make a way. So, this point, I thought she went around the block or around the corner or whatever the case, like she do every day. She'll leave the house, go for a couple hours, then come back home. So, when she gone for about 3 or 4 hours, come to find out, my cousins and my auntie telling us my mom went to jail, for counterfeit money, for fake money. She was at the fucking Rouse around the corner trying to get some groceries for like $300 of fake money, and she went to jail for it, all right? Didn't nobody come to the house. A few of us kind of got separated within the family. Some stayed here, some stayed there, that type of shit. So when she did go to jail, I went all the way out there to Lancaster. Lancaster is probably about an hour and a half away from LA. So when I went to Lancaster, I did not like that shit at all. Like, I was missing home. I was crying like a motherfucker. Like, I was not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And my cousins was out there, but at the same time, you know how, like, you got family, but you ain't seen them in so long. Y'all got nothing in common.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in.
Yeah, I know them ones. I really do.
I'm like, not to put no smut on them, not to be like, oh, I don't like y'all motherfuckers with the woo-woo, but you used to this LA life. You used to what you had over here, you know what I'm saying? So at the time, I was so frustrated, like, Mama, I need to get the fuck out of here, because she was calling, like, to check up on her. So she finally like, all right, okay, you can go back to LA with the woo-woo, and it was a train ride. I was able to get on the train. She okayed it. She okayed me to go stay with her homegirl that stayed next door to us. So when I went over there, at the time I was 12 years old. My mom was up in jail. This was one of her best friends. I'm 12 years old. So I go there, everything gravy. I'm there for about 3 days or whatever. I go to the homie house. I come back. When I come back to the house, her husband is usually there. Nobody ain't there. It's just me and her. So when I come back to the house, I go straight to the room where I would sleep at. She had a 3-bedroom house, 1 empty room, 1 room where she had like a grip of shit up in there. That's where I was sleeping at. Then, of course, her and her husband room. You know what I'm saying? So I end up hearing like some moaning or whatever, and I know this nigga not there. So I'm sitting in the room. I'm in the cut. Like, what the fuck is that noise? Like,
I feel like hearing like moaning as a kid. I actually just got back from Toronto, and I was talking to one of my friends, and she told me that when she was a kid, she saw her dad have sex with her mom's sister right in front of her. Like, she saw that. Like, when I think about like things like that, like growing up, I never, like, when I was born, and when my parents had my brothers, I never ever experienced like mooning. I never like even when they had sex, like I would never know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like as an adult, it's just weird to like do it when you know like your kids are awake. Even though like you might have some slip ups, like that's fine, it happens. But I just feel like kids are meant to be hearing moaning.
12 years old, but I know it was somebody fucking. So I sneak out the room, I go look and listen, I hear it's a porno. Then I see her like when I get a little bit closer, I see somebody asshole naked. And it's her. Like I get scared to the motherfucker, I head up and run back to the room. So this time, like, my dick is harder than a motherfucker. This is my first time ever seeing a naked woman, like with my actual eyes. Like my own two eyes besides TV in real life. That was my first time. So in the room, I'm like, oh, she can see me. At the same time, my dick is hard than a motherfucker. My hormones is racing, yada, yada, yada. So, and I'm scared. Like, real shit. I'm scared than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sitting there. I end up turning on. This when 007 was cracking. The Nintendo 64. I turned on 007, whatever. I'm playing the game. She called me out. Ooh, my real name is Darrell. She called me out. Darrell, come here. Woo, woo, woo. So, I'm like, damn, like, I know she dressed. I hope she didn't find it, like, she didn't see me look in this motherfucking room. I hope I ain't in trouble. So when I go up in there, the porno is still playing, and she's sitting on the bed, asshole naked, no lie. Like, she's sitting right there on the bed. She like, come here. So I'm sitting right there. I'm like, what's up? Even though I don't want to say, like, this weird as fuck, what is he doing? Because now my dick is soft in the motherfucker. I'm scared at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is she doing? Why am I sitting on this bed with her asshole naked? You know what I'm saying? This lady is probably like 30 years old. I'm 12 years old at this point.
And he's 12 years old? What?
So she asked me, oh, you got a girlfriend? And have you ever had sex before? And do you tell people a lot of stuff? So
This is happening so fast. This is happening so fast. Oh my goodness.
time I'm like, no, I don't have no girlfriend, which I don't know. I don't have sex, which I don't. And as far as me telling people, like telling people what, my answer is just no. And so when I'm talking to her, she pulls down my pants, no bullshit. I cannot make this shit up. She pulls down my pants, turn around, put my hands on her ass, sit down on my lap, all right? When she sit down on my lap, she probably move around a little bit for like 5 seconds. My dick hard than a motherfucker.
Bro, I shouldn't be laughing. I shouldn't be laughing. But at that age, bro, I feel like when you're young, I don't want to say it's like a fantasy, but I feel like if that happened to me, I wouldn't feel like it's real. I'd feel what's going on? Like there's no way that this is happening right now.
Get on her knees and start sucking my dick. Now my mind is just racing like a motherfucker. Even though I'm letting her do it, I'm scared than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
37 and 12.
My mama homegirl. I'm not knowing what's going on still. You know what I mean? She lay me down on the bed, then get on top of me, fucking me. Now she moaning. Now my mind's like, this is like the movies. I'm a grown man now. You know what I'm saying? I'm 12 years old. I'm like, this is a grown woman. I'm fucking a grown woman.
And you guys, 12 and 37. 37 years old. And 12.
So much into the moment, I'm not even realizing like this lady's taking my virginity. That's not even on my mind at this point. I'm not realizing that I'm being raped. That's not on my mind at this point. The only thing I'm concerned about is what the fuck am I doing right here? Like, am I going to get in trouble for this shit? Is her husband going to come home and beat my ass? Because he could do it with one hand at this point. I was a little nigga. A little skinny nigga. I was a little nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, when when I finish at this time, I bust a nut. She get up, she give me a kiss, tell me not to tell nobody. I'm scared as fuck. I go in the room, I start crying.
Women do this too, bro. Women do this too. I'm not saying that, men don't do it. But this goes both ways. You'd be surprised at how many guys, have been through some shit like this. I even had a friend that told me that, when he was younger, he was abused by so in Nigeria, like we have maids, he told me that like he was abused by the maid. It's so crazy because like you could be watching porn and you're watching like a maid having sex with a guy and all of that. So like it's kind of like a fantasy, but I don't know, man. Like when you're young, 12, 13, you are not meant to be in any circumstances having these kind of interactions with, older women or older men.
All night, all morning, I'm crying like, man, I couldn't even sleep. You know what I'm saying? So when I do end up falling asleep, probably around 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, we wake up around 9 something. Now at this point, she waking up with her husband there. Then she calls me in there to get something to eat while this nigga is at the motherfucking table talking to me like ain't nothing, just like this shit didn't happen last night. Now she got my mind thinking like, did I dream this bullshit? Did this shit happen or not? Then I'm just looking at the scenarios. And then when this nigga go ahead and leave again for work, probably around 1 or 2, she like, you hope you ain't tell nobody, we can do it again, yada, 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 whatever. Now I want to go home. But guess what? I didn't want to get up and just hurry up and leave because she would have known. I didn't want her to think like, oh, he's scared as fuck, or oh, he gonna tell, so he gonna hurry up and leave. So I sat there for like another 2 or 3 days. She tried to, but I act like I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning this game at 12 years old. That motherfuckers play at 30 and 40 years old, how grown-ups play. They want to play like they sleep so they ain't got to have sex with their spouse or have sex with their boyfriend or girlfriend.
Damn. Wow.
I'm 12 years old playing like I'm asleep so I won't get raped or have sex with this lady because I know it's wrong. And like I said, I'm not thinking I'm getting raped. I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm losing my virginity or she growing. The whole thing I'm thinking like, I'm scared. Like, this is wrong. I know I'm not supposed to be doing this shit. And she in the house. She running the house. Ain't nobody gonna stop it. She want this. It's gonna happen. So the only thing I can do is act like I'm sleeping. Then, after a while, I went home. I hopped on the train and went home and didn't tell my mama until 10 years later. I'm just now telling my mama. You know what I'm saying? My mama is furious about this. It happened. It happened. I was really raped. Now that I'm grown and I look at it, I was really raped. And now let me tell y'all about the second time. All right? The second time I was raped, it happened, okay, my mama and them, they used to go to this club up in Compton. It's called Bistro 880s. Either my mama leave us at home, if it's probably about 8 or 9 of us, because like I said, all my aunties would go. So my aunties had kids, and we was all around the same age, probably like a 2 or 3 years difference. So if it's like 8 or 9 of us, they'll leave us all at home. All at my mama's house in the apartment, just boom, they kick it there. And we wait till they come home in the morning. All right, so on this particular night, fucking my mom homegirl, you know what I'm saying? Her name Letitia. My mom homegirl, her daughter had a slumber party for all girls. Her daughter had a slumber party. My mom then went to the club. Everybody over Letitia's house, slumber party cracking. Ain't no boys there, but I'm there. So she had a little townhouse upstairs, downstairs.
How did he end up in this situation?
Fucking slumber party.
How?
Upstairs. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm 13 years old. The slumber party downstairs. So the girls have a big ass slumber party. I'm upstairs playing the game all night. I take my motherfucking game over there. I'm playing all night. You hear them laughing, joking, watching movies, eating all that shit downstairs. So around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, everybody going to sleep. And fucking when Letitia come in the room, she asked me what I'm playing. She played one game with me. And I used to like her because this around the time I started smoking weed and shit.
At 13? 13? Smoking weed at 13? People start doing shit very young, bro. It makes me realize that I was actually kind of sheltered growing up. Because when I hear people had sex at like 12, people started drinking at like, 13. People started smoking at 10. I'm like, how?
You know what I'm saying? So if my mama would leave, if my mama go outside, walk to the store or whatever, she'd let me hit the blunt and shit. She was doing this for like 5 or 6 months. She let me hit the blunt real quick and I'd go outside, blast it like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, while we up in there playing the game, she called me back in her room. After she played her little game, she called me back in her room. She's smoking. So I'm like, cool, I'm finna get high, go to sleep, boom. Good night for me, or I'm finna get high, play. Wherever my mind was, get high, play the game, or get high and go to sleep or whatever. So I'm smoking, whatever. She give me the blunt. Then she go in there take a shower. I'm going to walk to the room. She like, oh, you can stay right here. Let me just close the door. I'm like, all right, cool. When she come out, no lie, she come out asshole naked.
Damn, at 13? This is what people are going through at 13. Fuck.
You know what I'm saying? And this woman is like, not even the type that you attracted to. She was
like, I hate that I'm acting like I'm surprised because it makes it look like I'm so, but like, it's just when you hear people telling their stories, these things happen, but when you actually hear the story, it's like, fuck, that actually happened to you.
300, 350 pounds. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm 13 years old at the time. So when she get out the shower, asshole naked, I look, and my mind just like, my butterflies, it was like I was on a roller coaster. The shit was just scary than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I just like can't believe this lady. She had some big ass titties, a big old like. I'm just like, oh my, like what is she doing? She passed me the blunt. I mean, she like passed me the blunt. I give her the blunt or whatever. Then she had some Vaseline sitting on the table. You know what I'm saying? She turned my stomach. She like, rub this Vaseline on my ass for me. I said, huh? And she like, boy, get the Vaseline, just rub it on my.
Rub this Vaseline on my ass.
We ain't doing nothing. So I'm like, okay, and just like, here we go again. I'm 13 years old. Everybody else downstairs sleep. Everybody knocked the fuck out. We upstairs. So I'm rubbing the Vaseline on her ass. While I'm rubbing the Vaseline on her ass, she laying on her stomach. She rolled another blunt at the time. She breaking down some weed, rolling another blunt. So she sparked it up and she smoke it. She sparked the blunt, she smoke it. She passed it to me, boom. So, when I pass it back, I act like I gotta go use the bathroom. I'm so motherfucking scared. I go to the bathroom so I can go cry. Like, how the fuck can I get out of this situation? Now, again, this is my mama homegirl, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, when you go to the bathroom, like, fucking, her room, all right, when you go up the stairs, her room would be right here. That's one way in her room. And the other way to her bathroom is a laundry room. So, it's upstairs, her room right here, then it's a little laundry room, then you can go to the bathroom. All right, so on my way out the bathroom, after I finish using the bathroom or act like I'm using the bathroom, crying or whatever, I come out the bathroom, she meet me right there in the laundry room. No lie, her big ass picked me up like a baby, like under my, you know how you pick a baby up under the armpits?
There's no way.
On the dryer and start sucking my dick on the dryer. No lie. I'm sitting right there crying like a motherfucker while I'm getting my dick sucked. No bullshit. And I'm...
Damn.
Years old at the time. Now, one am I attracted to her? Like, I am. This lady, at this time, like, I already know what type of females I want. It was a nice, little, pretty young females with braces. This is what I liked it when I was 13 years old. Somebody that looked like me. For this to be happening to me again, for her to be sucking my dick like that, can't nobody hear me. Like, not that I was screaming, couldn't nobody hear us having sex. And I know after this point, I can't say nothing. So at this time, I'm thinking if she talked to the other girl, Kim, like, oh yeah, I raped Darrell. Did you want to rape him too? He easy. He ain't gonna say nothing.
What?
I don't know what the fuck they was thinking, but she did that shit like it was nothing. So that next morning, I catch the bus home. I didn't wait for my mama to come back. I catch the bus home probably like 7:30 in the morning. And when she asked me like why I do that, I said so we can go back to the apartments to play basketball. And like I said, 10 years later, I told my mama about her. And my mama started breaking down in tears about that. It just like you just never know what the fuck is happening. And at a young age...
Sometimes you never really know what's going on, bro. The amount of things that go on behind closed doors.
Just can't. I know if I would have said something, I know for a fact if I would have said something, people would have laughed at me. People would have joked on me like, how you crying that you fucked somebody? I would have loved to get my dick sucked. Then I would have known it would have caused my mama to fall out of a relationship with her friends. It would have caused fights. It would have caused, like, my mama was cool as fuck with these motherfuckers. And not only that, my sisters was cool with them. You know what I'm saying? My sisters was cool with her daughters, with both of their daughters. So even though, like I tell my mom, I'm a grown-ass man now, I seen the women after this. We had conversations or whatever the case. They ain't never brought it up to me. They know what they did, but they ain't never said sorry. They ain't never, like, acknowledged me. They just talked to me like, oh, how you doing? How your kids doing? Yada, yada, yada. Like, life was just great. But now that I'm older, I realized I was raped twice. So if you don't think, like, little boys can get raped, they can get raped. And not by other men. I'm talking about females. Whenever you...
Yeah, and I'm going to end the video there. Like, he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. Anything can go on at any time. You never know what's going on. When it comes to having kids, like, if I do have kids, or if you have kids right now, if you want to have kids, make sure that you try your best to be involved in their lives. Make it like a safe space for them to, to come and talk to you about what's going on, because you never know what's going on in a child's life. So anyways, you guys, that is the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm coming through every single